Hello everyone and welcome back to Atlas. In today's video, I will be discussing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, some really interesting news, a lot of stuff going on with that, as well as we'll take a look at Orchid like I normally do. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe for more cryptocurrency news and technical analysis. We just moved on to a new daily candle position, so we'll see how things play out as I'm recording this video. Right now, for me, it's 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time as of the time I'm recording the video. And yeah, guys, so don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. Let's try to get to at least 50 likes on this video. Every video I do, I try to get at least 50 likes. It'd be cool if in the future we could try and push for 100, but for now it's 50. And click the bell icon so you actually get notified whenever we do have a new video. Drop a comment, tell me what you guys think about everything that's going on. Now we're going to go ahead and go into the news and information. So not really much that's going on with Bitcoin, and in all honesty, as far as like news goes, anything that's really that important. One thing I do want to point out though is this is another article from the Motley Fool, and I don't know if you guys are new to my channel or not, but if you've seen my previous videos, I've had some articles I've referred to from the Motley Fool, and every time they're trashing Bitcoin. And the topic of this article is forget Bitcoin, 3 investments that are less risky and more reliable. So, before I got involved in crypto and I was thinking about doing stocks and stuff, I remember getting like little ads and stuff for the Motley Fool. Personally, I don't respect this company really anymore, especially when it talks about cryptocurrency. Maybe they got some good stuff that's going on as far as like stock calls and stuff, but they keep crapping on crypto all the time. And every time I see these pop up in the newsfeed when I'm looking up what's going on in crypto world, they're just continuously bashing it. It's just ridiculous. Like, look at this. Smart investing. Their end conclusion: Bitcoin may be in the headlines, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a smart investment. Rather than throwing all your cash into a single risky investment, aim to diversify your portfolio and invest in stocks that are more likely to perform well over the long run. By focusing on the long term, you can avoid getting caught up in potentially risky investments. Okay, so let me clarify something. You're talking about having a bigger, higher yield of return, right? So a lot of speculation is saying that Bitcoin could theoretically hit $100,000 this year and over the next 4 years because of the halving cycle based on the stock to flow model, which is a mathematically based formula, which has not been proven to be invalidated as of yet and has substantiated itself since 2009. So we're now, 12 years into this? It's pretty much identifying that not only is Bitcoin the highest appreciated asset of all time, but the fact that we still have plenty of room to be able to grow. Many speculations suggesting that over the course of the next 4 years, we could be going over $350,000. And realistically, a $500,000 price point would put Bitcoin on a comparable level to that of, say, gold, which is a precious metal. As more time goes by, the older generation that is so adhered to the precious metal mentality, they're going to be passing away. They're no longer going to be alive, and the next generation that's going to be moving into those positions is going to be what? The millennial type generations, the people that grew up with technologies and understand the fundamentals of its actual utilage, right? So it's so important to identify in long-term respects what you're talking about. If this lady, I believe it was a lady, yeah, Katie. So if this lady is talking about the fact that Bitcoin cannot have as high of yield returns in the future compared to some of these other stocks, well, I'm sorry. That means that the stocks that you're referring to are more than likely very low price stocks. And even in crypto, when you have low price crypto, you have a lower market capitalization, you have a higher risk of manipulation, of pump and dumps. If she turns around, and I'm assuming she would not do this, but if she turned around and said, hey, go and invest in these penny stocks because you're going to get a better percentage return. You guys ever seen Wolf of Wall Street? Yeah, you know how well that ended? So, I don't really respect the Motley Fool anymore. So I just wanted to talk about that real briefly and kind of clarify some things. If you guys disagree with me, feel free to let me know in the comments down below and tell me why. Now let's actually focus on what's going on with Chainlink. This is the good news of things, right? Grayscale has incorporated 6 more trusts, including ones for Chainlink and Tezos. Besides Link and Tezos, the other 4 trusts include Basic Attention Token, or BAT, Decentraland, which I just made a video on that yesterday, and I was talking about the news that came out with that, which is really big. So this is also really big for Mana, LivePeer, and Filecoin. FIL. All the 6 trusts were formed in December except the File Trust, which was incorporated in October. Grayscale is always looking for opportunities to offer products that meet investor demands. Occasionally, we will make reservation filings, though a filing does not mean we will bring a product to market. Grayscale has and will continue to announce when new products are made available for investors, said Son and Shine. You know, I want to say a quick little side thing with this. Filecoin, all right? I was actually looking to make my own website. And Filecoin was one of those cryptocurrencies that I thought could be utilized to be able to better advance my website. And so I was looking at how I could be able to acquire these kinds of things, because I was also considering it for myself. I was going through the Telegram and all this other stuff before it got launched over on Coinbase, okay? I'm talking like a year and a half ago. And the price was really low. And I was really liking the project. I saw a really big future for it. And guess what? Me living in the US, when I reached out, there was no legal way for me to be able to buy this coin. Right? Now, there's some people, what they do like a VPN and they go through another country and they set up their account and everything. Guess what happens if you get caught with that stuff? You're going around corners you're not really supposed to be doing. So it's an extremely risky situation. I could have made a lot of money on this coin. And, you know, it really sucks that there's so many different cryptocurrencies out there. And I've been noticing a trend with this. They'll be extremely low priced, but they won't be available in the United States. By the time that they get allowed into the United States, they've exponentially increased in their price. So even though you did your research, your due diligence, you found a project that you really believe in, you can't legally get it from the exchanges that are available out there, because there aren't any in the US. And so these people in the other countries, guess what? First movers advantage. They're making the most profits on it. And even though you saw the opportunity, you wanted to capitalize on it, guess what? In the world, or in the country of capitalism, you weren't able to capitalize on it. Isn't that kind of weird when you think about it? Anyways, yeah. Moving on, Chainlink. Now bigger than Litecoin as Link price hits new high above $24. Actually went even higher than that. What's next? Chainlink remains to be one of the best performing cryptocurrencies in the past 12 months. As of January 23rd, Link is now bigger than Litecoin and now number 7 at $9.2 billion market capitalization after surpassing Bitcoin Cash earlier this week. So it is tearing it up. Chainlink hits trifecta with Scale integration. Scale Network looks to implement several Oracle features from Chainlink. The project becomes the third in a week to integrate Chainlink technology. Link hit a new all-time high of $25.47 on January 23rd. Scale Network partnered with Chainlink in order to utilize its Oracle solutions. Through this partnership, Scale will be able to ensure quick and secure launches of new products and applications. Scale looks to speed up applications and boost security through the use of Chainlink's tried and tested Oracle solutions. The company will also be looking to take advantage of its price feeds, using independent secure oracles for monitoring the prices of an array of assets via off-chain data. Aggregators will ensure the data is accurate and available. The price feeds will benefit Scale in the use of DeFi implementation projects. However, Scale will also be making use of the verifiable random function, or VRF. VRF gives Scale the opportunity to develop blockchain gaming solutions that offer unbiased selection and fair selection for lottery winners. Chainlink's Proof of Reserve, or POR, will offer an on-chain monitoring solution of backed reserves. With POR, Scale will be able to monitor cross-chain assets bridged to or from Scale. These will include tokenized assets that have off-chain reserves. The partnership with Scale stems from a Chainlink grant award. EU-based experienced blockchain API provider Vulcan Link made it possible to integrate the technology Chainlink offers to grow the Scale network. Okay, now let's go ahead and go dive into the charts over here. And I'm going to be keeping this video a little bit shorter than normal. And looking over at Bitcoin. Okay, a little bit of consolidation that's going on. yesterday right here. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more for you guys. Here's the red candle for yesterday. And as you can see, a little bit of a downwards position at one point, dropping down to 31,434, right around in that range, before it came back up and closed right above our support line that we've had set up here at $32,000. Right now, holding just slightly below that. I am looking at it on the trading side over here. You can see that it is actually having a little bit of a climb back up off of that low point and trying to recover itself a little bit. But we're just 10 minutes into the new daily candle position, so there's still many hours left to go until this is actually closed out for the next day. But we have 1, 2, 3 days underneath the 21 EMA, which is now suggesting a strong trend pattern of a bear market. Okay, I would officially say that we have entered into bear market territory. And although we could be still holding down below the 21 EMA and showing signs of a depreciated price, in reality, from where we're at right now, if it kept within the same zone here and stayed underneath the 21 EMA, we'd have all the way up until about February 2nd before it had to make a decisive move, whether it wanted to go further down or if it wanted to climb further back up. So there can be some back and forth action going up and down between these spaces. If it passes above the 21 EMA and closes out on that, then we're starting to look at it potentially now going back into a bear market once again. So a couple days right here doesn't necessarily mean we're going to be going for the full long term. Don't get me wrong, right? But 1, 2, 3 days here, I would expect there's a higher probability that we're going to have at least one more day of a drop down below this level before we actually come back up above the 21 EMA. So right in this range. If people do scalping type stuff, I mean, that's on you if you go and do that kind of stuff. I'm more of a long-term hodler myself, but we go over these key levels so that you guys can try and make your own decisions. I'm not a financial advisor either. You know, I might look into the future. I was thinking about this and trying to get registered as one, but right now I'm not legally a financial advisor, so just keep that in mind, okay? So as it is right now, we got a key support level at $32,000. For the level drop down below, we would be looking at $30,705. Obviously, $30,000 would be next right below that. Wait, sorry, $30,683. I think I was looking at the other one. 30,600. It's all like right around the same range. Sorry, it's 30,720, right? It's still minor whenever you're moving down one of these lines. You go further down, 30,000, then 29,864. If it decides to go back up, let's get above the 0.618 on the Fibonacci level, and that is positioned at $32,778. Further continuation up would be $33,346, and then passing above the 21 EMA would be at $33,738, as that could be a nice push up, which we do have instances like this. Let's also take into consideration the possibility of $35,766. And then after that, a breakout above the level of resistance, although more than likely there would be a pullback as some people start to take some profits. But just in case, we then would be looking at 36,892 as the next significant major level. Anything past this point is really pushing it, but then we would be looking at, you know, just under $38,000. All right, now let's go take a look at what's going on with Ethereum. Ethereum has got a daily closure yesterday. Essentially, it's a Darth Maul pattern right here. You got a big wick, bottom wick right there, and it's just a little tiny thin piece that's going on, holding itself above $1,230 as of the moment, but it is struggling for sure. You can even see that there's a lot of back and forth action going on in the last 13 minutes. If this decides that it wants to drop down further, 21 EMA is at $1,152. Technically, this is still in a bull market as compared to, say, Bitcoin, which is now in a bear market. So this could drop down to $1,150. Further drop down below that, I would be looking at $1,136. Then you got a level all the way down at 1,000, going down quite a bit now at this point. Past 1,000, then we're looking at a range right around the $900 range, yeah, which would make sense because again, it's another $100 increment here. Not a lot of reference points between these pieces. You got one set up right here at 981. I guess that could actually be substantiated just a little bit better. Let's go ahead and try and get that lined up just right. Yes, you'd be looking right around like $980 right there. and then a further drop down below. If it decides it wants to climb up, we are looking at $1,284 as a level of resistance. A further level up beyond that, then we'd be looking at going back to $1,420. Past that to the all-time high of $1,440. Then we enter price discovery zone, and you're looking at 1,500 as a major target zone. So as it is right now, there's a good chance this could consolidate like what is going on with Bitcoin. Although, as we have an opportunity of some space, given the symmetrical triangle pattern that's going on with Bitcoin, that if this decides it wants to move, Ethereum wants to move, the altcoins could start moving. We could have about a week or so here of some nice altcoin gains, or like an altcoin type season, before Bitcoin maybe makes itself have another rally up. Hopefully it would rally up, because it would really suck if it's like, hey, we're altcoin season, altcoins are going up, and then a week later Bitcoin tanks more, and then all the altcoins go exactly right back to where they were again. It's like, geez, man. It's like the people that are actually hodling are the ones that are getting punished for this stuff. I keep getting above 33-cent range over on Orchid, and then guess what? It drops down below 30 cents again and keeps trying to fight to get above 30 cents and starts to get up to 33 cents, and people start tanking it again. It's like, oh, God, man, just let it grow. Like Frozen or that Dr. Seuss movie. Anyways, let's go take a look at what's going on with Orchid, and then we'll finish up with looking at Chainlink. I could take a brief look at Mana as well. So Orchid is yesterday's daily candle closure in the green. As you can see, it did pop above 30 cents here, even tapping 31 cents, and essentially bounced right off of 31 cents, came back down. New daily candle position is showing slightly in the red, just below the 30-cent range. If it decides it wants to drop back down, we're looking at 28 cents as a key level of support. Further level down below that is 26 cents or 0.2634. Further level down below that is 25 cents, 0.2555. And another level down below that would really push it down to 22 cents or 0.2237. If it decides it wants to climb up, then we're looking at 30 cents or 0.3047. And a level breaking out of this consolidated space realistically is at 32 cents or 0.3226. And then a big tap pushing above 33 cents. If it could close above 33 cents and keep it, then that'd be amazing. But I'm a little bit concerned with this pattern, because every time we try and go above 33 cents on a big daily candle position, it immediately sells off, and then it's followed by consecutive action of more sell-offs, as you guys can see here. Like, look at this one. I couldn't believe this. Let me just discuss this for one quick second. Can you see this? Look at how tall that wick is. And then they sold everything all the way back to the point where it was like, from where the day started to where the day ended, it was almost nothing that you'd gain. In fact, at one point, it even went negative. And then the next 2 days, it just massively tanked even more. So I was like, hey, let's rally it. No, let's sell everything. Come on, guys. And yeah, so I'm going to be excited when Orchid starts releasing some new major updates. And seeing as how we're almost a month into January and we haven't really had any new major updates with Orchid, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next week to month, the end of February, I would be very surprised if they don't have some new major update. They've been rolling out in a lot of new exchanges last year. They had some major updates that they did to make their stuff faster. They're coming up with the nano payments to do other marketplace things besides just working with VPNs. I was hearing some things about, like, I think it was live streaming or live feeds or something like that, which would be really cool if they incorporated there too. So a lot of potential. Anyways, let's go take a look at Link, because Link is popping hot, right? Well, not so far for the day. So some people might be trying to take their profits because it is in the all-time high position now, and it hit $25, right around $25.56 or so from yesterday. Slight pullback, did break above a key level yesterday of $23.85. And looking at further continuations up past $25, realistically, you guys should be looking at $30 as the next major zone. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our Fibonacci, or no, sorry, not our Fibonacci. Let's do our price range. There we go. So from the daily candle opening position all the way up, if we're trying to go to $30, right about $30, right about there. Yeah, you're looking at almost a 21% increase. So yes, that is a very big daily candle position, but given all the news that just happened with Chainlink, this is possible. I'd be looking at more realistically around like a 13 to a 15% potential increase. Also, given the fact that Chainlink has approximately almost 500 million tokens that are now in circulation. So that is a lot of tokens to have to be able to move around, to be purchased, to really cause a price fluctuation, right? The lower the circulating supply, the easier the market cap is easier that the price per token is able to go up. So do keep that in mind. Now, looking at it, say in comparison to yesterday, at the low point to the high point yesterday, it was 20.93%. So it's essentially the exact same thing. So in theory, if you went from today and you went from the low point to the high point and you just did the exact same percentage increase, we could hit $30 today. It's not guaranteed, but it's possible, right? Keep your guys' eyes peeled, especially if it breaks above, say, $27. Then we're looking like we're on track to that a lot more. If it decides that it wants to pull back, now I can actually do my Fibonacci retracement position right here. And just kind of looking at it like this. Let's go ahead and zoom out just a tad. Break down our key levels. All right. Looking at it right about like that. Off that high position there. Okay, so if it decides it wants to drop down, first major zone I'd be looking at is at $24. Further level drop down on the 0.786, so the Fibonacci retracement is at $22.47. Further decline would actually invalidate everything that had happened yesterday, so that would be quite substantial. I would be first looking at the very lowest $21.22. But in theory, we then have another key major level right here, which you can actually see coincides with the 0.618 Fibonacci level, and that is at $19.97, essentially $20, right? The $20 range. If it pulls back to $20, that's a pretty big drop for sure. So you get some key levels that are right there. Let me go ahead and show you guys on CoinMarketCap where Chainlink's position is right now. As you can see, Chainlink is at number 7. Some nice gains. Market capitalization almost $10 billion, 9.906 billion. And in the last 24 hours, the volume movement looks like we got $5 billion worth of movement going around. That's more than Cardano by almost double, more than XRP, more than Polkadot. Tether's still going nuts, so not even close to that. Ethereum and Bitcoin are also quite substantially higher. But for Chainlink, man, this is absolutely amazing. It did almost as much as Litecoin did, but it actually passed above Litecoin. So that's kind of an interesting perspective to look at too. It is worth more as far as a market cap than that of Litecoin as well. And let's see what's going on with Mana. Mana, is it on the top 100 list? Mana is at number 82. Holding up right around 18 cents, it looks like, according to this chart. Again, I said I would just talk about this a little bit. And the new daily candle position is showing some retracements going on back. And so just looking at this very briefly here, let's go ahead and pull it down to our key levels like that, get that saved. And I'd be looking at first a potential level support, 18 cents. 0.1845, another further level drop down below that at 17 cents, 0.1783, another level down at 0.1721, and then a next level at 15 cents or 0.1567. And if it decides it wants to climb up, right now the highest point that it's hit is 20 cents. So realistically, trying to go towards 25 cents. You know, these are basic fundamentals of what you're looking at, and we are in like a price discovery type position. So there's not really anything to strongly correlate. There's good news of stuff that's going on, but yeah, I'd be looking at if it decides to climb up, just trying to get past each one of these cent levels, mainly a major level of resistance at 25 cents. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. Once again, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. Let's try to get to 50 likes on this video. Click the bell icon so you can stay up to date with all the latest cryptocurrency news and technical analysis, and also drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys thought about all the news information today. Is there any cryptocurrency that I'm not talking about that you think is really starting to make some moves and maybe it's something we should highlight in the future? Any of that good stuff. You could say hi to me. Thanks, guys, so much, and I will see you in the next episode.